Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. Now I'm doing all this in Alpha 16.4 on the PC, but this will translate over to consoles. But if you're watching this a little ways down the road and newer versions come out and some things have changed, just do keep in mind. I've done some recent videos over testing out how zombies do pathfinding, whether it's through doors, windows, drawbridges, etc. And something somebody wanted me to bring up and test was, how about if they're trying to make their way through like a winding corridor? So what I did was I made a little bit of a maze. Now it's not the Timberline Lodge, hedge maze from The Shining. It's nothing extravagant. But what I did do is I'm going to spawn in my zombie down here and giving her the option to take two different paths. One's a dead end, one circles around to where I'm going to be. I'm going to sit down here and watch and see if she'll actually try and pathfind this little tunnel that goes all the way down to me, or if she tries to go in a straight line, or if she even tries to go towards the dead end. And then I'm going to try and do a couple different variations of that test. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Okay, so what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to get our lovely associate. This is Sylvia. She's going to be helping us out today, and we're going to see which direction she goes. I'm just going to hang out down here and see if she'll actually pathfind down the corridor, or if she's going to try it and, just bust straight through the walls. And then we're going to do some variations of, like I was saying before, I'm going to try and do maybe a door on one side, and I'm going to try and do with some spikes on the walls to see if she'll actually go all the way around that. But so far, it looks like she was doing pretty good with following the maze. Now, like I said, this is not an extravagant setup here. It's not like it's real hard for them to figure out. I will do a little bit more of a complicated maze setup, but I wanted to test their basic pathfinding first. So that worked out pretty good. Now let's change it up a little bit. Okay, now for the next test, I got the same layout of the maze here, but what I'm going to do is I put a door in right over here, and I put one in near the very back side of where I'm going to be standing, to see if, instead of trying to do pathfinding, if they try and do shortest path first, if they'll go over here towards this door to try and make their way through this other door over there, to see if they'll actually just go towards us. So let's get Sylvia back in here again, because she's a wonderful help. Hello, Sylvia. Alright, we'll go to our spot and let's see what you do here. Scoot all the way back to the side and see which direction she goes. So it looks like she's going towards the path of least resistance right now. It's not going towards just specific doors. So if you're trying to, make a base or whatever you're going to do in like this nice winding corridor, you know that they will actually try and go towards the most open version to get towards you. Now I'm going to try something a little bit different after this one. Just want to see if she'd go straight for the door or not. Okay, so we got Sylvia back in here. Now we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to hide outside the base near the door and see if she'll pathfind towards the closest door towards me, or she'll go towards that door over there. Now, in case somebody's asking why am I using wood frames instead of regular walls, because normal people aren't going to use wood frames, it's mostly so you guys can see them, because they treat wood frames the same as they do with other blocks. I mean, they can see through them, of course, so they can see you. But they're treating them as solid blocks, so they're not going to try and just plow through them just for the sake of plowing through them. But it looks like even with me being outside the base, she decided to go ahead and go towards the path of least resistance and follow straight down the hallway. So that's interesting. Alright, let's change it up some more. Okay, so I've changed it up a little bit now. So what I do is I have two paths going basically to the same location here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line one side of them with spikes all along the walls here, and I'm going to leave one wide open to see if they will choose to go the least dangerous route when they both go the same direction, the same amount of distance and everything that way. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to spawn her in, and I'm going to let and see which direction she goes. Let's get Sylvia in here, and fly down here and see which way she actually goes when given a choice to go both directions, just as kind of a test to make sure she's going to take that path. Okay, so I know she's taking that path this time. That's why I wanted to find out which one she's going to take, and I'm going to put a bunch of spikes on there for the next test and see if she'll still go the same direction if there's spikes on it, or if she'll go the little bit of a longer way around to try and avoid being hit. So let's test that out. Alright, so now what I've done is I just lined the wall all the way around here just too high with wooden log spikes here. That way that the path that they can walk on is much more narrow. But since she did choose this path last time, I'm going to see if she'll try and go this way even though there's danger here and possibly take some damage, or she'll take the one that's perceived as just a little bit longer. So let's get old Sylvia back in here again and see which way she goes. Let's get back down this way and just sit right up here and see which way she decides to go. Oh, she's going to go the log path, or the log spike way. Okay, I didn't really perceive that. I thought maybe she would actually try and go and avoid all that. But looks like she's tiptoeing through it so far, and I can't see that she's taking any damage. So, props to her for being able to navigate that without taking any damage. So, that was one of the things somebody wanted me to test, was if you have log spikes on the walls, if they'll actively try to avoid them. And apparently they didn't, even though it's really small little narrow pathway for her to get through. Huh, that's interesting. May have to try some more testing with this and see what happens. Okay, so for due diligence sake, to make sure I test it appropriately, I went ahead and put a bunch of log spikes on the floor here. So that will completely obstruct her walking path, and we'll see if she'll actually go around that way. So let's get our lovely assistant in here and see which way she goes. Let's see. Any bets on if she's going to try and avoid it, or if she's just going to walk right over the top of it because this is the shortest path? Oh, she did an about face. She's like, nope, nope, nope. I am noping straight out of this one. Awesome. All right, so she will be able to navigate a narrow corridor of log spikes because she knows she can get through without taking any damage. But once she saw, hey, bad things are happening over here on this side. If I walk this way, I'm going to get impaled in the foot. She decided to go around the long way. So that's at least kind of an interesting. I wasn't sure on that one. Alright, so let's change up the maze a little bit and see what she does. Alright, here's the final test to see exactly how smart zombies are. You see, I extended the maze a little bit. So here's what we have. We're going to spawn in our nurse down here. We have the same spike hallway down here that she can get through. We did see that last time. This route takes her to a dead end, which I'm going to be right down here. So we'll see if she'll try and go the dead end route first to get to me. This route takes it to a door, which we know how they react with doors because of the previous video, but she'll have to choose to walk over some spikes first. Or she can go the little bit longer way and go through the basic style maze, you know, back and forth, and be able to get just a straight path to me. So we're going to see just how smart they are, and you can kind of take this and run with it with your own ideas, but we're going to see what old Sylvia will do in this scenario here. Let's see what she's up to here. So let's get her in. Alright, do your thing, Sylvia. Good luck. We're all counting on you here. Okay, let's see if we can see where she's at. I wish I could get an aerial camera while I'm doing this. Okay, so she's going the log spike route here. That's pretty common. We figured she would from the last time, you know, based. That's why I tested that to see if she actually would or not. Go ahead and get my pistol in case she decides to come back. Alright, so she's going to try the spike route. Yep, she's just going to walk right over the top. She's a trooper, man. She's like, legs broken. I'm going to press on, man. I will bite that door, beat it with my stubby elbows, and crawl my way all the way over there. So when given the option between a short path that leads to a door she's going to have to break down, or a long winding path, she'll take this. But I want to test it one more time. Let's get rid of her because she's already in pain. Put her out of her misery. That's just not nice to let her have to go on. Die already. I'm trying to put you out of your pain. Okay, so we'll do this one more time, but I'm going to go over in that corner where it's wide open to see if she'll avert her path based on where I'm currently standing. So let's bring in Sylvia number, what, 7 or 8 now? I don't know how many we're on here. Alright, come get me. See if she'll take the same path since I'm over here. Let's see, where'd she go? No, okay, so she is going to go to this side, so she's kind of more apt to go in the direction I'm actually at, which is good. Let's see if she'll take the long winding road. Yeah, it looks like she's going to go this way. So I'm going to run over here real quick and see if that changes her path at all. No? Okay, so they will base it more along the lines of what the quickest way they can get to you from where they are from their current line of sight, even if it is a little bit of more of a dangerous or more of a winding route. So do keep that in mind in case you're deciding to build a maze layout to be able to get to your main base. You can just kind of take this for what it is, just doing a couple different tests. I appreciate the suggestion to do this. It was kind of fun to do. You know, messed up my cornfield here, but no big deal. If you have any other suggestions or, you know, hey, you should have done this or whatever, I can always revisit and do a Maze Runner Part 2. Drop it in the comment section down below and we'll get to it as soon as we can. And of course, I always appreciate ideas that you guys come up with. If you found the video useful or at least entertaining, you know, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video. And be sure to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.